The Culper Spy Ring was a group of spies during the American Revolution charged with collecting intelligence from New York and delivering it to General George Washington to assist the Continental forces. Just to let you guys know, there is a thunderstorm going on while I record this video, so you may hear some of it in the background. Hopefully it won't take away from the video and it'll just add some ambience to it. After the unfortunate demise of Nathan Hale, when he was caught by the British spying for the Continental Army, George Washington knew that he needed a better organized way to gather intelligence. Specifically, he needed eyes and ears in the British-occupied New York. During the Revolution, New York City was a British stronghold and major naval base. Gathering intelligence from the city could help the Americans win the war. However, to do so, he would need a strong, smart, and unsuspecting team. In 1778, Washington appointed Benjamin Talmadge, a cavalry officer from Setauket, Long Island, as director of military intelligence. He then charged him with creating a spy ring in New York City. For the spy ring, Talmadge appointed friends he trusted from school. This included Austin Roe, Caleb Brewster, and Abraham Woodhull, the chief informant. Another important addition to this ring was Robert Townsend, a man who posed as a loyalist coffee shop owner and merchant. The spy ring operated successfully in and around the city for 5 years, and no spy was ever caught by the British. To keep all the spies' identities secret, Talmadge gave each informant a pseudonym to go by instead of their real names. The ring got its name through Abraham Woodhull's pseudonym Samuel Culper Sr. and Robert Townsend's pseudonym Samuel Culper Jr. To add extra protection against British discovery, a numerical substitution system was also created to use numbers in messages instead of names and commonly used words. Some examples of this code would be General Washington being referred to as 711, England being referred to as 745, and New York being referred to as 727. As an even further security step, informants also wrote in invisible ink to stop messages from being easily discoverable upon first examination. To get information from New York to Washington, messages had to be sent through British territory. This required an elaborate method of delivery to prevent any of the spies from being caught. To accomplish this, Austin Roe would ride from Setauket to New York City, where he would visit Townsend. There, he would place an order from Talmadge, who signed under his pseudonym. This would contain a coded message. New messages would be hidden in goods that Roe would take back to Setauket and hide on Woodhull's farm, where Woodhull would retrieve them. Some historians believe that Anna Strong, the wife of Patriot Judge Silas Strong, who lived near Woodhull's farm, would hang a black petticoat on her clothesline to signal Caleb Brewster to retrieve the documents and use handkerchiefs to signal which cove for him to go to. Other historians believe this to be a myth. Either way, Brewster would deliver the messages he collected to Talmadge. The Culper Spy Ring had several major accomplishments throughout the Revolutionary War. One of these happened in 1780 when the ring discovered that British General Henry Clinton was preparing to launch an expedition in Rhode Island. After learning about this plot through the spy ring, Washington ordered his army into an offensive position. This caused Clinton to cancel the attack. Another accomplishment by the group was their part in the apprehension of the British spy Major John Andre. If you've heard of the Culper Spy Ring before, you have probably also heard of the so-called Agent 355. She has become so popular in modern media that it would be unwise to make a video on the spy ring without mentioning her. Despite her depiction as essential in the spy ring's endeavors in many books, TV series, and movies, she most likely was not an agent in the Culper Spy Ring. For starters, the term agent was not commonly used during this era. Instead, people during the Revolution tended to use the term spy. Additionally, 355 was the code for the word lady in the Culper Code, not the name for an informant. Out of the 193 surviving letters from the ring, the only letter mentioning her was written by Abraham Woodhull, stating, "I intend to visit 727, New York, before long, and think by the assistance of a 355 lady of my acquaintance shall be able to outwit them all. Some historians believe this lady refers to Anna Strong, others believe it refers to a slave, while yet others have different theories. Whatever the case, she was most likely not considered a spy, only a woman who was able to help the ring during this trip. The Culper Spy Ring played an important role in helping the Americans win their independence. Their excellent ability to remain in the dark has led even modern historians to not be able to fully separate fact from legend. However, the facts and myths both make the ring's story an interesting part of the American Revolution to learn about.